Hey guys, this is Mario Kart. I'm going to be putting out this video kind of premature, but it's explaining how to get Xenosega models into 3ds Max. Alright, it's premature because I just figured out how to get models yesterday, and now I'm just dumping a video out right now. But I'm really hyped up about it because I've been trying to get these models for the last 5 or more years since the game came out, pretty much. So it's really big for me. So yeah, I just want to put out the video so people can poke around the model stuff like that if they want. But basically I put the information on NTAX, so it's just a matter of time until someone makes a proper model viewing program or converter or whatnot. Okay, right now we can get the models, but we don't have a converter for textures, so the only way right now is going through PCSX2, which is the PS2 emulator. So we'd use the PS2 emulator emulation together with 3D Ripper DX, and we would dump the textures that way, and then we could just use the converter if we wanted to. But I'm sure with the information that I supplied the other day that there's going to be proper converters for Xenosega. Alright, so, but anyway, I'm really hyped about this, so I'm just going to give you guys this information now so you can maybe get some models out. So like I said, we're going to be using PCSX2 and Cheat Engine. We're going to use those to manipulate the game and access any character on the game disc, and that'll allow us to get textures from anything, pretty much, until there's a converter, of course. Anyway, so before I get started, this forum, definitely register this forum. This is one of the better Xenosega communities that I've come across. So I'll be posting this video there, here, anywhere, and if you could join up if you can. It's a good site, nice people there, and one guy, his name, he goes by Primantis. He actually does some pretty cool renders with the Xenosega models, so that's pretty cool. So definitely register up there. I'll be there, and Primantis, he'll be there if you want to see more of his stuff. Okay, so anyway, so I'm just gonna go get right into it. Right here, I'll upload this kit with the video. It'll allow you to dump your game disk files. Basically, after you rip the game disk, you'll get these big files, and you can extract them using one of these programs. And for example, this is what you'll get. So what we need to know is the file structure of the game disk, so we can kind of mess around in there as well. We'll be using this to convert into 3ds Max. Okay, so the next step we're going to do is we're going to boot up PCSX2 or Xenosega in the PS2 emulator. So let's just start that up. Ow. Can I allocate memory? Alright, good enough. Okay, so I'm not really going to cover the configuration. This is actually an older version of PCSX2. There's a new version, but this is just what I have handy, and I know that it works, okay? But yours should work too. Just keep in mind that you need to use a certain type of plugin. It's the GSDX9 plugin series. I think there's another series called the 0GS Cosmos plugin, but it doesn't work. Ironically enough, it doesn't really work. Okay, so I've already got this set up, configured, and I have the ISO loaded up. So if I execute, it should load the game. The only problem I have is the emulator is really slow. So you have to bear with me for a minute here. Okay, so we're just going to try and get to the character model viewer for the program or the game. I can't actually see the text there, but usually it would say something like new game, continue, or data. So I just hit down on the D-pad, and I'm just going to load up the extra data. So under data, you can load up your game save and get the model viewer thing. So I'm going to include the PS2 game save for you guys too, so don't worry about that. So I go down to the character model viewer now, and I can load up a character. Okay, so I'm just gonna attack Abel right now because his name I can remember his name a little more easier. So we're gonna use Cheat Engine now. I'm just gonna open up one of these old ones here. So just make a new one. Yeah, all right. Okay, so cheat engine. If you don't know what cheat engine is, basically it allows you to hook onto a program and search or modify the different values that are running in the program. Most commonly, you use it for infinite ammo. But we're going to be using this to manipulate the model viewer here to load different character models. So anyway, we're going to latch on to the emulator, and we're going to search for his name. So if you look at the file structure, his actual file name would be under MDL CHR NPC. So basically, model character, not playable character, and he'll be the first one. So I'm just going to copy his name out there, and I'm going to search it in the RAM or in the PS2 emulator memory. Okay, so I'm going to paste that name in there. I'm going to change it from bytes to text, and I'm going to do a first scan. Okay, usually the value you want is the very first one. So if I right click and go to browse this memory region, I'm going to get the hex editor, the memory viewer. Okay, and you can see there's a list here of all the characters that are supposedly supposed to be accessible by the model viewer, but we can modify this at will. Okay, so if you don't see this list, just keep going down the list until you find it. Right click and go to memory region. It's probably somewhere in there, but in all cases it'll be the very first one. Okay, so now that we have that, we can now add that into our code list here. So I'm just going to double click on this, and I'm going to change this type to 16 because the names actually go to a length of 16. Okay, so that's that. And if we change this to something else, it will load a different character model. So just to show that that'll work, let's go to Dr. Russ or whatever her name is. I'm going to put that in there. Hit OK. It's going to say your size is different. Blah 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 blah. All right. So now we're going to go back to the emulator. I'm going to hit back, and I'm going to re-enter Abel. And as you can see, the character name there on the model viewer says Abel, but it is of course not Abel. It's a different character. So we can force any model name in there. Okay. We can also hack the directory. Right now our directory is set for MDL character NPC. So if I scroll down, you can see in here it says MDL character NPC. So say I wanted to go somewhere else. I believe these are like random characters. Sure. So let's go into this folder here. CR whatever the heck it is. Okay, so we're going to change this NPC to CFN. Okay, and now we can just use this character. Copy one of the names, paste it in there, and hit back. Oh, her. Okay. Whoa. Okay, so yeah, this is. I don't know if I mentioned this already, but one guy was saying he wasn't able to access a certain model in the default model list from the game. So he's saying, I can't get this 100 series Realian. How do I get him so I can get his textures? Because I need to see him in the PS2 emulator so I can get him ripped and put him on my model. So I'm like, okay. So yeah, basically what you're gonna do is kind of search around, but you can load up any character model this way, as long as you know the character paths and all other stuff. I don't even know what these character names are because they're like Zuruffer Riff. Like, what the heck were they smoking? Alright, so let's just change this again. Huh. Yeah, so there's a lot of different junk you can load up. So yeah, basically you can rip the textures using the 3D Ripper DX. Okay. So actually, let me just rip one to show you guys the process. But right now, just keep in mind the script isn't really ready yet. I just kind of put it up there premature. But right now, it's a pain in the ass to reapply textures. But I'm gonna. Codeman, he did it, and he was able to find the texture materials and stuff like that. I have to review what he did so I can apply that to the script right now. Yeah. So let's just grab one of these stupid model things so I can show you how it works. So what? Did I close it? Right, let's just go with that guy there. Actually, I forgot to I forgot to load up 3D Ripper. So let's start up 3D Ripper. Some people are intimidated by this program, but basically you just find the application you want to launch from. So in my case, I just double-clicked on PCSX2. Okay, and then you want to configure your path. So my dumping path is going to go to some directory at this directory, or whatever. So whatever. My capture key is going to be F8. So I'm just going to launch, and it's going to boot up PCSX2, and I can just run it. And you can see in the corner it's yellow. Basically, that writing says ready to capture. Okay. Shoot. So again, let's get back into the character viewer. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to do anything fancy here. This is just to illustrate how to do this with the script. So I'm just going to do A belt, and I'm going to rip his textures. So I'm just going to hit F8, and that's going to activate the capture. Where did I save those two though? Okay, so my dump folder is, I think I saved it here. Texture dumps. Okay, you can see that it only took a screen dump here. So you may have to press the capture key several times until you get a proper rip. So I'm just going to keep hitting until I see the textures kind of appear in the background there. Okay, so it caught on. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to close this down. Don't need that anymore. Alright, so yeah, these are the textures. One thing you're going to notice is that the textures are repeated for some reason. Ow. And that the textures are the wrong color. The reason behind that is you may know that red, green, and blue can make up any color in the rainbow. But the thing with this is that in this particular texture, instead of being red, green, blue, it's blue, green, red. So it's backwards, and that's different than being inverted. That's inverted. So what we have to do is reorder the color layers. Okay, so each red, green, and blue layer has a different grayscale value, which controls the combination of red, green, blue, right? So yeah, we're just gonna split those and recombine them. So I'm just using PaintShop Pro, but you can do the same thing in Photoshop. See, it's easy. You can see the layers there in the Layer Manager. Oops, I really messed up. Let's just start that from the beginning. Close all. Okay, so we're just gonna do the face because that's the most easiest one. Alright, so split red, green, blue, and we're going to recombine here. Yeah. So red, green, blue becomes blue, green, red. And voila, there you go. Let's see if I got yeah. Okay, so one thing, the other thing that that's weird that I already mentioned is that they're repeated, right? It's kind of a weird situation. Actually, you'll notice that these textures are all the same size. That's because they kind of overlay on each other. And I was actually posting about that on another site. Hopefully, we get a proper texture converter. But for right now, you're just gonna have to leave them repeated like that until you can fix it later. But anyway. Let's just apply that to the model. Oops, actually I have to import the model first. Haha. Okay, so we're going to import Abel's model here. So I believe he's under non-playable characters. Okay. Okay, so like I was saying, the script isn't completely finished yet. I just quickly put it together the other night at 3 o'clock in the morning, so it's going to look stupid right now, but I'll fix it up. But I'm pretty sure the information I put on NTAX is going to be converted into the Gnosis plugin. Pretty sure. But anyway, so yeah, right now this is just in strips, but once I figure out how Codeman did the material groups, it'll be set up by material, and you can just drag and drop on a particular area. But let's just do this as a single process, so let's just combine them all. Okay, so I can just take that face texture there. I can just drop it on the entire model. You can see that the face is now textured. Yay! So you'd obviously go through all those and apply the textures. Okay, but the main thing is that you got the textures. Yay! And it's in a T-pose. So yeah, these you just kind of like take a random texture and just kind of drop it on. Those are his hands. Those are his arms. Those are maybe the sleeves. I don't know. The leggings. I don't know. That's probably hair. Yeah. So yeah, basically I would go around to all the textures and I would convert them back to the proper red, green, blue order, and I just keep applying them. Okay. Obviously, I wouldn't have it as a single mesh. Once it's grouped up, it'll be grouped up more better, like that, and you'll be just able to drag and drop to a single area. Okay. So there's another way I would do it too, but I don't really want to get too much into it. But anyway, once you have a bunch of materials in your editor, you can just load them all up. Where's multi-material? You can just like drag and drop like this. That's easier for me. Instead of going from folder to folder, I would just load them all up in here, and then I would just keep dragging and dropping kind of thing. But anyway, so yeah, that's the model. Working UVs and working faces. Great triumph from the last couple years. No one was able to find UVs, and nobody was able to figure out the drawing method. So yay for me. So yeah, finally we got the models, and soon to be probably a texture converter, and it'll probably apply the textures for you automatically, etc., etc., etc. So, but anyway, yeah, if you can't wait, you want to get the models right away, then this is how you're gonna do it. You can get your textures through PCSX2 in combination with 3D Ripper DX. If you need to, you can use this trick to access normally unaccessible models, so you can get any kind of model you want. You can browse around and find stuff. I know there's a few models I want that are a little bit racy that were not initially shown in the game. So yeah, there are some Easter eggs in here that I want to get to. I still have to look at some of the other formats in here. I think the web files are different and some other files, whatever. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy that. And certainly I'd be interested to see what some people would do with the models. For example, a person like Primantis, who does quite a lot of good work with the models that he has right now. So yeah, hopefully see some fan works coming out of this thing. Maybe it'd be interesting seeing if someone would make a comic out of it actually with the models. It'd be kind of cool. But yeah, I notice a lot of people on here are uneducated with 3ds Max, and hopefully I can bridge that gap there. Some people are wondering how to rig the model, something like that. But yeah, all in time. And of course, if you have any questions, ask me. And I'm going to re-stress again. If you want to get involved, please join the Godsby Xenosaga community. These guys are really friendly and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, I'll see you around. And thanks for watching. Please keep in tune with NTAX. I'm sure there'll be a more beefed up program from somebody else in the next coming month. Okay, thank you for watching, and good luck.